Hello, gorgeous Cancer family, moon children, and welcome to August 2019. It's wild that we are here. I hope that those eclipses that were so deeply affecting you guys in July were beautiful and opened you up to this next place in life. August is beautiful. The energy here is it's a little demanding, actually, as I've been feeling through it more and more. It's got this playful warmth to it, right? It's very warm, nurturing energy. We're in Leo season and then we move into Virgo season, and these two signs are very much about creating and building. And so it has that quality, but it also has this thing about it where it's also about not accepting those lower standards from past versions of self. And they're kind of being this like no tolerance for old patterning, old ways of doing things, and excuse making that I'm noticing, which has been really interesting as I've been working through all the signs. So you guys, what is coming up for me in August is we're in Leo season, which is your neighboring sign, and a lot of energy is in Leo. On the 31st of July, we have a Leo new moon, and Mercury stations direct in your sign. And then we also have, Mercury then moves back into Leo on August 11th. Mars is in Leo. Venus is in Leo. We have all this Leo energy in your neighboring sign. And that second house energy is very much about what you love and value and what you really care about, what you really want in your life. Hanged Man. And the message that was coming up for me in August is this is really asking you to ask some fundamental questions about what you want. Cards are falling. King of Pentacles. What you're really wanting and what you're really willing to change, move, try, Three of Cups, in order to step into that path. This is a very strong intention setting month, Nine of Cups. We have that new moon in your second house, and then we have a full moon in Aquarius on the 15th, and that's in your 8th house, Eight of Pentacles. I like it. You have quite the range, you guys, of cards here. You've got some stability cards. You have some emotional cards. Wheel of Fortune. Woo! Here we go. Yep. That's the way it's rolling right now. You have a full moon in Aquarius on the 15th. Seven of Swords. You have some complex energies to work through with you guys today. Six of Swords. One final card, Ten of Wands. Transformation is afoot, my friends. And it actually makes a lot of sense with what I was just trying to say, which is that you are being asked to really firmly choose to put your foot where your heart is. What do you really value? And if you really value it, how are you going to step up to that plate? How are you going to fundamentally choose to create and nurture that into existence? Are you going to choose to nurture that into existence, or are you going to hold yourself back and stay with what you've known, right? And as we move through the energies this month, there's going to be a series of phases for you to work through that. But the thing that I'm noticing here with the cards and with the note that I have is that you've got to let go of things that have happened in the past. You have to let go of your fears around stuff, and you have to let go of this concept of yourself that you can't take this step, that you can't do this thing, that you can't let your heart be open to what you really value and want. And there's this battle going on for you guys within this energy where it's what you want, but you're not letting yourself have it. And that's what this conversation in August is going to be about. Why is it that you are blockading yourself from what you really want? Because the first four cards here, it's this is everything actually most of the cards in this reading are these really beautiful, let's do this, let's build this, let's create this energies. We start with Hanged Man. So there's this time of assessment, and that was one of the big energies that I noticed with you guys is that you are really assessing what you love and value, and really assessing where you want to put your energy, where you really want to build your life up. And the Hanged Man is great energy for this because, yeah, it does slow you down a little bit. Mercury is direct, but that post-shadow phase can be kind of intense. It's moving forward through your sign until the 11th of August when it moves into Leo, and Jupiter is also going direct that same day in Sagittarius. And, so you're assessing the first week of this month. You're really listening to your heart speak to you. So I think this is a really good thing. I'm thinking you're needing this time. You don't want to be in a rush right now to just jump to a conclusion. You're wanting to take your time and assess what it is that you're really valuing and where you're wanting to take risks, because there is something in your life that you want to take a big risk with, but you aren't sure if you can, and you're not sure what that means for you or what that's going to look like. So you're assessing that. And part of what you're assessing is what your life's going to look like on a number of different fronts, because the next 4 cards speak to all of that, right? I'll just hold these up and we'll talk through them. The King of Pentacles is very much about, the King of Pentacles is about the long range investments, right? So maybe you have an earth sign in your life, that's very possible. This kind of energy could be coming through your life. But more importantly, the King of Pentacles is the king that's thinking in terms of long range building. What are you going to sustain? Where do you want to put your investments now? And that's in time and energy and heart, in everything, in all your resources that you have. Where are you putting those energies? What accounts are you storing those in? What soil are you putting that in? The King of Pentacles is very much thinking investment. So when I say that, you're slowing down to really assess that, you're assessing your investments. And I think it's a really great time to feel grounded, get your feet under you, and invest. Now, King of Pentacles is always also really great for real world, grounded opportunity. So if you're waiting for that job situation, housing situation, or other more firm, established thing to kind of hold you and give you that root system, the King of Pentacles is really good energy for infusing you with that. And the thing is, that's kind of the quality of energy of this month, is it's like you have things coming in that are potentially very long range. And one of the things you're kind of slowing down, you're saying, okay, where do I really want to put my energy? Where do I want to deliberately create? Is because you can feel that long range quality to them. And I think it's okay for you to slow down and listen in. The 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups are really beautiful, because to me this is saying that there's some really rich emotional support going on for you here this month as well. So while you're having this kind of slow down root system integration, you're also having some kind of emotional infusion going on here. Now, maybe it's that you're spending a lot of time with your friends, or maybe it's that you have some people around you that really understand you and are nurturing you into being. But one of the key things with this energy right here is the ease of feeling with these cards. You guys are water sign, so this is really flowing with you. But the thing with the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups specifically is that these are cards of emotional ease. They're not about analyzing and feeling feelings and worrying, is it right, is it wrong, and reconsidering, right? These are cards of what it feels like to be really emotionally supportive. And one of the things I want to point out here is that you have elements in your life that are extremely supportive of you, that love you, that get you into the space where you don't feel lack, you don't feel afraid, you feel hopeful, you feel easy, you feel good. Follow this feeling. There's a really loud plane going by as I say this. Follow this feeling. This is where you're meant to be going. This is your beacon light. This is your light down the tunnel of the big, long, vast cavernous tunnel through the mountain. Focus here. This is where you are putting your investments. It may be scary. You may be nervous that if you follow this, it's a little too easy. It's a little too, I'm not sure. And yet, This is the feeling you want to be having with what you build, where you invest. And it's there for you, which is beautiful. You also have this amazing work card. So like the King of Pentacles, this Eight of Pentacles is telling me that you guys are going to be getting down to some kind of business. You're going to be building stuff. And that's the thing. It's a piece-by-piece process here this month for you. It's definitely not going to just be like revolution done, like crazy, you know, like full moon kind of night where you just suddenly are something different. Though the full moon is in your 8th house of transformation, and it will be a time where you're stepping through a doorway. We'll talk about that in a minute with the next cards. But you're also doing this other thing in August, which is moving with intention. And moving with intention in little ways. You know, one of the things I want to tell you is while there is this assessment, because you can tell that you may be saying yes to long-term opportunities and long-term places in your life, you're also not going to be able to answer to what January, February, even October is. So don't try. You know, the Eight of Pentacles is about working from being the apprentice to being the master, but it's also about being present in the moment of creating the thing that you're creating and knowing that it's building to what you care about. And it's a very present card. So once again, this is really great for infusions of money, success when it comes to work, and opportunities when it comes to your financial well-being. And you have a lot of support here for your root system. But there's also something going on here with these earth cards and even with these water cards that are telling me that you got to trust a little bit more in these things that are nurturing you and feeling good, and not to fight against it so much, not to make it so much this scary thing. Because here's the thing, you are transforming. All this that we've just talked about, all this root system investment energy, this emotive quality energy that is calling you forward is saying you're not doing things the way that you've done them before. Life is not going to look the same as it did before August. You are changing. And where you're putting your investments and how you're moving through the world is big. You're not going back to who you were. The Wheel of Fortune is a beautiful card. It's a card of good luck. It's a card of excitement. But it's the 10 in the Major Arcana. And the 10 is about death and rebirth. It's about transformation. It's about the turning of the wheel. And, you know, for you, this is about clicking into this new identity, clicking into these new investments, clicking into saying yes to what feels good. And it also means you've got to leave behind. You've got to leave something big behind. You got to leave behind the Seven of Swords, basically. So the Seven of Swords is representing here for me feeling as though you have to look over your shoulder all the time, feeling as though you're in a battle of paranoia almost. You know, Seven of Swords can be about disarming your enemy, but it can also be about feeling like you can't trust people and who's sneaking off with who. And what role are you playing, and why do you feel that you have to look over your shoulder, and why do you feel that you have to disarm somebody, right? It's all this paranoia. Seven is a card of spirit. Seven is a number of the spiritual ascension and growth and learning a lesson. And for you, it's like you're paranoid that you're not allowed to have what it is that this transformation's bringing. You feel like you're still getting away with something, that the other shoe is going to drop, that you're going to fail, that it's not going to be good enough, that you're not going to be good enough. But it's funny. It's just funny to anybody on the outside because they can see that of course it's going to be good for you. Of course it's going to work out, but you've got to release some old stuff, right? Six of Swords and 10 of Wands are the ends of cycles. You're leaving behind an identity. You're leaving behind a chapter and a shore here. And you're choosing with clear intention to build the life that feels good for you. But it does mean leaving behind who you thought you were going to be at some other point. And that can be scary. And part of what you're leaving behind is the sense of having to hold everything by yourself, having to hold the burden, having to hold everything up and worry and try and control it all. A lot of what this reading is about is it's a balancing between setting your intentions, investing in what you really want to invest to, taking the bold movements that you need to take in order to step into this next version of yourself, and also balancing that out with trusting this process and not feeling that you need to control it all and have it all answered for you now. Like, you're going to be able to set your intentions and put your foot on the path and follow up with all these gorgeous opportunities and all this emotional support. You're going to be able to make a lot of calls this month that are really good for you. But you're also not going to be able to see the whole pathway beyond that. You're going to have to trust in your value, and you're going to have to trust in your soul and your intuitive guidance to know that, okay, you put these investments here because you realize this is the bold step you wanted to take. You want to take this bold step. You want to go into this unknown territory. You want to find out what it looks like and feels like to be in this space that you've been dreaming of for so long. You want to go there, so you got to go there. You got to take that leap, and then you have to trust. Then you have to trust in the rest of the unfolding and trust that each month will reveal more and more and more. And that is your challenge this month. I have a couple of affirmations for you, beautiful people, before we close out today. So here we go. I trust the process and that everything is working out for my greatest good. I open my heart to the possibilities. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful, transformational, nourishing, exciting, freeing, romantic, loving month in August. I am sending you all of my love. You can follow me on Instagram at SarahVerba. I would love to see you over there. You can also find me on my website and with my email. I'll leave all of that in the description box. I'm still working on my fall schedule, but I would love for you guys to hit me up and work with me one-on-one. I do one-on-one readings, and they are so beautiful. We have so much fun. We create a really warm, safe space to explore your energies. So if you want to get in on that, you can email me and I can add you to the list for those appointments as they open up. You can also find PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry. She's making these amazing crowns. This is my lapis crown. She has a couple more, I think, of these bad boys. But you can find her and a whole bunch of other crowns. You can find her Etsy shop in the description box as well. She is amazing. I'm sending you guys all my love. I will see you in September for more fun and evolution, and have a beautiful August.